Hey guys, this is Brian, aka Texas Treasures, and this week I'm bringing you a what sold video. These are my top 20 items that sold on eBay this past week. We did have a good week, $3,693.50 in gross sales, and I'm going to show you my top 20 sales. Hopefully, this might be able to help you when you're out to find profitable items that you can resell for a profit. We'll start at the lowest end and we will finish with the best sell of the week. So make sure you stick around all the way till the end to see our top sell. At number 20, we have a pair of Echo Halinsky loafers. These sold for $50.58, including, excuse me, shipping and handling. I'm a little under the weather today, to be honest. And by the way, these totals will all be with shipping and handling included, just to keep it simple. I do charge $12.99 on my shipping on my shoes. Echo is a good comfort brand, and I pick them up anytime that they are in good condition. I can get them at a fair price. Next up, at number 19, we have a pair of Air Force Ones, women's 8.5 combat boot style. Now, these are unusual. I find Air Force Ones pretty much at every thrift store. They're usually beat up, but I haven't found, this is the first time I found this high top combat boot style. These were missing the shoelaces. Don't notice that I did include that in the description, but not a big deal to replace some shoelaces. These sold for $53.27. Next up at number 18, I'm going to stick with the shoe theme. We have a pair of Jordan Illusions, red in a men's size 11. Jordans are not selling the way they used to. I mean, there's obviously exceptions in that, but I'll still pick them up if I can get them at a good price, and if I think I can make a profit on them. These sold for $56.70. Next up, at number 17, we have a pair of Timberland. The model name is Graydon sneaker boots. Ooh, look at that. I didn't put the space between sneakers and boots. Men's size 11 in a brown leatherway. What are these? Are these sneakers? Are they boots? They're kind of a hybrid. So I put both words in the title to help with search. These sold for $56.82. Next up at number 16, I have a Wrangler Western shirt. I put brush popper in the title. I don't think this one actually is in retrospect. A brush popper is a very heavy Western shirt, Wrangler specifically. It's going to be a heavy material, almost kind of has like a waxy feel. They're designed like if you're out in the brush. Think about a brush popper if you're out in the field to kind of give you some protection while you're working. This was a vintage shirt. I did take an offer. I had it listed really high because I have sold real brush poppers for this, if not more. This one I took an offer on. It's still a valuable shirt with a cool colorway, almost kind of like an Aztec little pattern here on the pocket. This sold for $61.04. Next up, at number 15, our top 20 sales of the week, we have a pair of Nike Flex Control 2 running shoes, men's size 12. Now, on shoes, especially running shoes, have to be really picky. And the no rips, no stains, no tears, no funky smell. And then make sure that the tread has lots of tread left on a pair of running shoes. That's really important. When I first started, I would just pick up shoes that had good sell through, and I didn't pay nearly as much attention to the condition. And on a pair of sneakers, on really anything, but on a pair of running shoes, that is so important. These sold for $63.05. Next up, at number 14, here we have a pair of Salomon Pulsar trail running shoes, women's 10.5. These were new, without box. Now, I did pick these up at a Ross. Sometimes I'll do a little retail arbitrage at the outlets or a Ross, and you can make some good money here. On these, I had them for a long time, and they sold for $64.19, but I spent $39.99 on them. So I didn't make that much money, but I did get my money back. Your return on investment is usually much higher on the used market, but on the used side, you do have to spend some elbow grease and some time cleaning. Pros and cons to everything. At number 13, we have a pair of Timberland riding boots, women's size 10. These are a brown suede with a buckle. Um, these were in really good condition, and they sold for $72.26. I think that's my second Timberland in the top 20. All right, next up at number 12, had these for a while, a pair of vintage Marie Francois Gerbeau MFG shuttle jeans, like in between jeans, short jeans, long shorts, vintage. These are definitely something to be on the lookout for. Probably should have got more, but I've had these for a long time for some reason. But I did sell them last week for $78, excuse me, and 49 cents. All right, next up at number 11, pair of Texas is the brand name. It's also where I live, but Texas is the brand name. These are Western boots, men's size 7. A lot of people wouldn't mess with a small size like that, but guess what? There's people that wear size 7, so I picked them up. These are like a suede leather made in the USA. Yeah, there's the inside tag right there. You see the size and the brand name. Anyway, these sold for $81.18. Cowboy boots can be a very good selling item. All right, we're about to hit our top 10. If you're finding any value, help me out. Hit the like button. If you want to know more about what to pick up on eBay, what's selling, consider subscribing to the channel. At number 10, we have a pair of Asics Gel Quantum 360s in a men's size 12 and a half. Once again, on the sneakers, the running shoes, make sure that we got good tread, which we do there. Not perfect, but it's good. And these sold for $82.54. A lot of people pass on Asics, and it kind of depends on the model. So you might want to take the time to look up the specific model you have. At number 9, we have another retail arbitrage pair of Chacos. These are the Ramble snow boots, men's size 14. We are late February. Winter is going to be ending soon. So I was like, I got an offer. I'm like, let's take it. Let's move it. Let's get these out of here. I think I paid $10 or $12 at an outlet for these about a year ago. I got a steal on so many Chacos, and so quite a few of them. But anyway, these sold for $85.91. Next up, number 8, we have a vintage Polo Ralph Lauren jacket in a men's size small. Fleece lined with a small red pony. There's the tag. Made in Bangladesh. Anyway, obviously Polo Ralph Lauren is a huge brand, and a jacket like this is if you can get it at a decent price, is a good pickup. This sold for $89.66. All right. Next up at number 7, we have a Joseph and Feist sports coat in a men's size 50R, navy blue with the gold buttons. I do pick up sports coats, especially if they have the gold buttons, if they're in good condition, if it's a good brand. Sports coats, blazers, jackets, it does require a lot more measurements, does require a lot more photographs. It does involve typically a longer sell-through rate and more returns because that's to fit in so many places. But a lot of people pass on these. I will pick them up, and this sold for $92.98. Top 5, here we go. Our top 5. At number 5, we're going to stick in the suits category. Here we have a Giorgio Armani blazer and a men's 46R made in Italy. Obviously, Giorgio Armani is a big brand, the Le Polizioni. Yeah, good luck with that. And here on these tags, you can find out that this is made out of virgin wool. On the sports coats and blazers, the material, the pattern, the brand, the size, these are all very important. But obviously, Giorgio Armani is a great brand, and this sold for $99.72. That was number 6. I might be off on my numbers a little bit. That was number 6. All right, next up at number 5, our second Jordan that sold this past week, a pair of Jordan 5s in the nice blue suede, men's size 13. These were pretty clean. A lot of collectors want the box, or they want it to be in mint condition. See, I did have this one authenticated. Anything that sells for $75 or more that's a sneaker will go through eBay's authentication. So I either price it at $74.99 if I don't want to deal with authentication, or in this case, I use Legit app, and I have them check it for authentication before I send it into eBay. This gives the buyer more reassurance, and it makes me feel better knowing I'm not sending in a pair of fake Jordans into eBay to get a defect on my account. But anyway, these sold for $101.59. Next up at number 4, I think this is our third sports coat, blazer, etc. Here we have a Burberry sports coat, Super 100s wool. Once again, we got the gold buttons, men's 38R, a little bit of smaller size. Let's see, where's the fabric tag? Yeah, Burberry is obviously a good brand. 100s wool, vintage, made in the USA. I should have put that in there. Actually, that would have made it probably worth more. That's kind of oops on my part. I don't know why I missed that, but anyway, I still got pretty good money on this. Sold for $103.09. That's a really nice color too. I love that blue with the gold. If that was my size, I might have to keep that one in the closet, but it isn't much bigger guy than that. And number 3, here's this was also, remember I picked these up at a dirt cheap. It's like it's a store down here. There's not a lot of them have closed, but they get like Amazon returns. And these are new. These are a pair of Sorel Joan Uptown Chelsea boots with a wedge in a women's size 10. These are new. I think I paid $10 or $15 for these, brand new. But I did have them for a while, to be honest. So it did take a while. But patience is a virtue, and they sold for $110.58. We got 2 left. At number 2, okay. These are a pair of On and a half. Most of the On are going to be a low top. This is like a mid top, and I did pay up for this. I remember it. I think I paid 20. But look at that. Look at that tread. These are these are minty condition. I did pay 20, and I'm not scared to pay up if I can still make my profit. And I definitely did pay, even though I paid 20. These sold for $117.75. Obviously, On and Hoka's are very sought after, and this is a unique pair. I think they went to California. All right, here we go. Our number 1 sell of the week. If you made it this far, congratulations. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment. What do you source? What was your best sell of the past week? I'd like to hear what you guys are selling. But our number 1 sell of the past week is a pair of Bass Weegens loafers, vintage, made in the USA, black leather with the kilty. Now, GH Bass isn't necessarily a pickup by itself, but when you see this right here, the Weegens, made in the USA, these are a pickup in men's or women's condition, of course, assuming the condition is good. On the bottom, you do want to make sure there's no holes or soft spots, but that's just normal wear, and they could also get those resold. But Weegens can sell for good money. Obviously, this is our number 1 sell of the week, and it sold for $123.58, and it's going internationally. I think over Europe somewhere. So Weegens are definitely a brand to pick up. That's it, guys. That's my top 20 sales. Thank you, and we will see you on the next video.